Now, why? Joe Montana wore that jersey, Northern California kid growing up.
Sean Mannion going to call a timeout here. The play clock winding down with 5:45 to go in this game. So we welcome you back. Thanks for staying with us today. Charles Davis, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. So we talked a lot about these two teams, about the NFC. The AFC to me is fascinating too, because with New England and losing, that game is not over yet, right?
Not over.
No. But Jacksonville is all of a sudden the 2 seed right now.
And not only the number 2 seed, it's how they play. Because what are they calling them? Saxonville?
Yes.
Because of their defensive front and getting to the quarterback. When you start to put a defense together and a back end with a young corner named Jalen Ramsey playing awfully well. And by the way, Blake Bortles, their quarterback, who's absorbed a lot of criticism, and rightfully so for a lot of his play, he's stacking together some really good games down the stretch. They're going to be tough to handle, too.
Remember in the preseason where they pulled Bortles and Henne was their guy?
Yes.
You're right. I mean, he has been good today. 21 of 29, 326 yards, 3 scores. He carved up Seattle last week. He's been very good.
And Leonard Fournette did not play today for
Now, 4th down, Rams go. Carrier makes the catch, and now the spot. I think we might have to measure this one. Let's see. He's very close. He's like right on it. Oh, maybe a hair shy. Look at that.
He's right on our unofficial first down line.
Well, everything else has gone the Rams' way, right, Charles? So
you would expect this one to be a first down as well, as he bobbles it. Quadruple catches it before he hauls it in, does Derek Carrier.
And Pete Carroll's going to challenge this one.
And so is Pete Carroll. You noted that. Sean McVay playing full 60. So is Pete.
Well, why they challenge, good time to tell you that today's game is being produced by Pete Macheska, who had 75 bowls of chowder while he was here in Seattle. It's directed by the great Artie Kempner, who made the rounds today out on the field. Always good to see Artie out there. No thrown passes, though. Associate director is Eric Mandia. Broadcast associates Peter Greasy, Casey Garland. Our technical producer is Clyde Taylor. Audio provided by Jeff Cohen. Stats, Jeff Nelson. Spotter, Mitch Smith. Mike Tatamir, one of our amazing camera crew. Keith DeSantis. They like that it didn't rain today. Those guys work hard. Oh, yeah. No rain, Keith. You're okay here in Seattle.
Look at it. Not even gloves.
It's all right. There's Steely Dan Steele, but we call him Steely. And then it's our guy who takes care of us in the booth. We call him Dobby. That's Grant Dobbins. His camera's on right now. Hey, Dobby.
Dobby.
Oh, there you go. And our technical director today, Derek Joyo. So our entire NFL on Fox crew. There's Danny Cochran. You know, Michael Abdel had a great time at the mall yesterday. Nick Franklin, Bobby Reed. That's us.
Hey, look, and you notice it's not just us. A lot of people here providing support, help us out. Max,
the great Max Mullen up here.
Thank you.
Max is.
Did you see Max take a bow there?
He's an LA guy.
See that?
He knows how to bow and acknowledge.
Max, like my people, my public.
This is, Charles, it's just so strange. We've done so many games here.
It's not normal.
It's just not. It's so unused to seeing this.
Yeah.
And I will say this, because we have, and our crew has been fortunate to do a lot of Seahawks games the last few years, right? I have to thank the Seahawks PR team.
Yes.
Dave Pearson, Lane Gallo, Richie Gonzalez, the whole crew. They are as good as anybody in this league. And we appreciate that.
We certainly do. And how about a tip of the cap to the Rams PR crew led by Artis Twyman. They're finally able to have meaningful football in December as a PR crew. A few extra requests, more things to do.
There you go.
And they've weathered the storm, and they're in that possibility now as well.
The ugly Christmas sweaters. It's been ugly today for Seattle. Rams really from the get-go. And it's interesting, right? Because this game started out, a couple field goals. Like, oh boy, big hole for Seattle D, but it just never stopped. And Wilson's been pressured all day, but he's still in there fighting. And he's throwing it near side, and that's out of bounds. So Peterson got his hands on it.
And I think a lot of people might ask the question, Kevin, why is Russell Wilson still out there?
because he wants to
because Russell Wilson won't let you take him out.
We know him well enough, right?
He wants to fight with his team all the way through. His backup is Austin Davis, number 6, a former player with the St. Louis Rams when they were there. Now, obviously, the Rams franchise. And now he's the backup here in Seattle. But Russell Wilson wants to fight with his team all the way through.
That's McKissick, who's got a first down. You know, of all the things that have happened today, you just think about this complete Rams effort. Defensive line dominating. Punt returns and the punt team. Farrell Cooper setting things up. Offensively, the run game with Gurley. Going deep, overthrown. He was looking for Graham that time. If you just turned us on again, Todd Gurley. There are a lot of stories today, but he's a major one. 21 carries, 152 yards, 3 touchdowns rushing. He also has a receiving touchdown today. You see that nose on Russell Wilson. One rare positive. First player ever with 30-plus passing touchdowns and 500-plus rushing yards in multiple seasons. Other guys have done it once, never twice. Russell Wilson in that category. McKissick gets it on second down. He's up to the 45.
You were mentioning the Rams and their special teams. I think one of the areas that gets overlooked a little bit is their coverage units. Because, remember, we talked all day long about how the Rams had great field position to start things off. The poor position for Seattle was often caused by great coverage on kickoffs and punts. And that's one of the areas that doesn't get much credit, but it'd be huge come playoff time.
And Wilson is high and incomplete, so a 4th down and 5 is coming up. And it looks like they're going to stay out and go, I think. Yep. So they will try it one more time. Aaron Donald, he is just relaxing. He was a force today, and now it looks like Seattle will punt. And they get some boos from the crowd for that decision.
This is not as much a give up as an admission that it just hadn't been their day.
Yeah.
You know, well, what are we pushing here?
These things happen.
And that's one extra play that Russell Wilson's not out there. So Pete Carroll's thinking about his quarterback. If we still want to make that playoff push starting in Dallas next week, I'm not going to subject him to another. He may not want to come out of a game, but that doesn't mean I have to give him an extra play.
That, I think, is going to be the most interesting thing this week, is that Seattle is still in this race, and can they pick themselves off the mat again as they've done before? But this just feels a little different today.
You just see, you know, the extra time in the playoffs. New England has to battle that too, you know. Teams that perennially get there and make runs, it's tough.
Fair catch called for. And Cooper has it, and the Rams will have it with 4:08 to go. Well, you can't be much more opposite in age than that, can you? McVay 31, Phillips is 70, but they are working together like peanut butter and jelly this year. Playoff picture in the NFC. A very big game tonight with the Cowboys. They take on the Raiders. And if Dallas can win and go to 8 wins and get Ezekiel Elliott back next week, they got a shot. Again, Atlanta is really in the prime position here. They play Tampa Bay tomorrow night, but they beat Seattle, they beat Detroit, and they beat Dallas. So essentially, they have a game lead right now.
Yes.
So they are in the driver's seat. And the crazy thing is, as much as the Saints have kind of dominated the year, Atlanta's the one that controls their own destiny here. Here's Austin dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Bradley McDougal. Rams a little bit of celebrating. They deserve it today.
But don't think for a second Dallas has an easy one tonight, because don't forget Oakland after what happened last night in the AFC West. Kansas City took out the Los Angeles Chargers and took a lead in that division. But if Oakland wins tonight, they're tied with the Chargers, 1 game back from Kansas City with 2 left. So this is a huge game for them as well.
Hey, so Aaron Donald 3 sacks today. Remember the last time we showed you Kurt Menefee was telling us how the Steelers intercepted Tom Brady, they were up 8. New England just took the lead. 27-24 with a minute left. And I mean, it's unbelievable.
And you're absolutely not shocked by that.
No.
That number 12 from New England has a chance to affect the game that way.
And by the way, the 49ers have taken the lead over the Titans. 22-20 with 3 minutes to go in that game.
But your old broadcast partner, John Lynch, GM of that team, their mission, as they've won 2 games in a row, was to finally beat a team with a winning record, a good team, here's their opportunity with Tennessee.
I think if the Niners win that game, I may be wrong, I believe Jimmy Garoppolo will be the first quarterback to ever start 5-0 in his career. I may be off. Because he won 2 in New England. This would be 3 in a row. Way to go in that one. Kurt will tell us how New England took the lead in a moment, because I have no idea. Penalty. In fact, why don't we find out now? Kurt, please help us out. How did this happen here?
Well, they were down 5 with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left and went on a 5-play, 77-yard drive in 1 minute 10 seconds. Deion Lewis with an 8-yard run, and then they add the 2-point conversion. Brady to Gronkowski, who, by the way, has 168 yards receiving, and with less than a minute left, the Patriots have taken the lead at Pittsburgh, 27-24. Wow.
So they go on a big drive, go for the lead, get a 2-point conversion, which they got, 2 of those in the Super Bowl to beat Atlanta. Gronk flanks out like a flanker and makes another play.
Wow. Just from a Brown gets a carry, just from a mental standpoint, if New England wins that again, and they meet in the playoffs, my goodness, but there's time left, and Pittsburgh has the ball and driving. We will keep you updated on that one. There are 34 seconds left. Pittsburgh on the move.
Don't forget, that's Ben Roethlisberger bringing his team downfield. Sounds like they are definitely on the march, so they've got a big finish headed their way in Pittsburgh.
Rams fans here trying to enjoy this. Remember, they had lost 11 of the last 12 here in Seattle against these great Seahawks. But today, it's been the Rams' day from start to finish with that man, Sean McVay, leading the way. Seattle, a rare bad one.
This time of year is all about family.
And we'd like you to be a part of ours.
So our Chevy employee discount is now available to everyone.
You pay what we pay. And not a cent more.
We're so happy to share this with you.
It's our way of saying happy holidays.
And welcome to the family.
The Chevy family.
Use your employee discount for everyone and trade up to this Silverado All-Star to get a total value of over $11,000. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Larry Fitzgerald. It's halftime. What are you doing here?
I'm just grabbing a mid-game snack.
But you need to be...
It's cool, because now I can pay really fast with a tap of my Visa.
Whoa. He's got to get back. Give him his panini.
You have places to be. We help you get there faster.
You know when you've got takeout on your chest and the blanket around your feet, and then you realize the remote is on the other side of the couch? Just say, hey Google, play Westworld. It's Google Home Mini, now only $29.
Number 5, Lou, Chanel.
At Macy's.
Comment allez-vous appeler votre nouvelle bière? Et comment est-ce que vous allez l'appeler?
Stella. Named after a star. Crafted to celebrate an unforgettable holiday. Both one to remember.
Ruben! On a Sunday afternoon.
You can get them on Mondays or Tuesdays. All week, really.
Reuben!
The Reuben is back for a limited time at Subway. So much Reuben.
Arizona, Purdue in the Foster Farms Bowl. Washington State, Michigan State in the Holiday Bowl. 2 great bowl games on Fox and FS1.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevy. Chevys earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs.
That is an outstanding hat. Very holiday feel. And it's felt Christmassy for the Rams because they have been giving it to Seattle all day. 42-7 with 2 minutes to go. They will punt it away. The Steelers, we're just told, went down and scored. Their touchdown is under review right now. Here is a return. It's Lockett making a man miss into Rams territory at the 45. And Charles, in a game of many notes, here's another one. Johnny Hekker coming in, laying the wood, right? The punter. That's about right how today has gone. Let's watch.
Watch Johnny. Look at him get low. Throw some shoulder in there. He was a recruited quarterback out of high school from the state of Washington. Got some offers from some 1AA schools before choosing to punt at Oregon State. Just a javelin thrower, high jumper. Played some hoops. Good athlete.
By the way, I was saying the Steelers, so they scored a touchdown under review. If it holds, they would now take the lead over New England with 30 seconds left. Here the Seahawks will have the ball under 2 minutes to go. They're going to run it to McKissick.
With 30 seconds for Brady. And look, they finally made a change.
Austin Davis coming on the field against his former team. Kurt Menefee is standing by. He's like the relief pitcher ready to go. And we'll get to him after this play. They'll run it. McKissick gets belted. And he's knocked back by Marquis Christian. Kurt Menefee, what do you got for us, my man?
Well, remember that touchdown the Patriots scored? Forget about it for a little while. Here, Ben Roethlisberger hooks up with Juju Smith-Schuster. He takes it 69 yards. They had a touchdown it looked like to Jesse James, but it was overturned, called back. So the Steelers have the ball, 2nd and goal right now, 28 seconds left, trying to get the win. This is the touchdown that was called back. We'll get it back to you as soon as this one goes final, one way or the other.
Kurt, thanks. You know, if you wanted to keep it or just continue with the play-by-play to get us updated, that would be cool too.
But what a performance right there by number 16, Jared Goff, and his Los Angeles Rams, Kevin. This has just been something from the word go. And this team now, you know, you go into a season hoping you can finally make the playoffs after their long drought, hoping you can have an effect on the division. Their sights now get to be set higher. They're not in the playoffs yet, but it's likely. They've got to start. I know they're thinking that way. And here's their opportunity.
Listen, that was impressive. That's the bottom line. An impressive win for the Rams. 42-7 over the Seahawks to take control in the NFC West here today. More to do from Seattle. We'll be back here in a moment to wrap it up. The big day for Los Angeles.